All right, so it's a Wednesday.
A wacky Wednesday.
Lunchtime, yeah, it's there.
Noah
John
Hiles.
Bozeka.
Oh, Noah Hiles.
Wow.
Wow.
Look at that. How did that work out? So, we're going to talk about wedding planning today versus being single.
Yes.
Go ahead, Noah. Would you
Okay.
like to kick this thing
Yeah,
off?
so John and I have a lot of similarities. We're in the same age bracket. I'd say we're in the same financial class. We work at the same place. We have similar interests, but personal lives, John is engaged. He is currently planning a wedding with his wonderful fiance, Allie.
Getting a call from Jamaica right now, by the way.
Okay, I wouldn't answer that. And while on the other hand, I am a bachelor here in Stark County.
Single and ready to mingle.
And
Check him out, ladies.
Buddy, I've been doing some mingling. Don't you
Check
worry
him
about
out,
that.
ladies. At Noah _Hiles
I guess we could do this
95.
We could do this as a dual interview where I will interview you as a man who's about to be married.
Okay.
And you will interview me as a single man.
Wow, this is...
Because I'm recently single. Not too recent where I'll cry talking about it, but I'm back on the market for the first time since I was in college, really. So
Wow.
This is it's been a life-changing
It's been a hot
couple
minute.
of months. It's been... The game done changed, and I'm still adjusting. So, John, my first question for you as...
The game done changed.
The game... Oh, buddy, the game is different, and I'm learning it.
The game is afoot.
But, so, John,
Yes.
when you're planning a wedding... Where do you even begin? What's the first step? What's the easy stuff that you knock out first?
So the easiest step is just walking up to Allie and saying, you know what you want.
Yes.
So that was step one for me,
Okay.
was understanding that she has a lot of things that she already wants. And for me, I was pretty much like, I need a tux, and I want a nice venue, and I want to make sure the food is good. And like pretty simple things.
That's my understanding as well, is the wedding, at least in my paradigm of life. For others, it might be different, but for me, the person that I marry, ideally a woman, unless some drastic changes take place, the woman that I marry one day, the wedding will be more her day than mine. It'll be our day together.
Yeah.
But this is a day that, like, she will care about more. Like, I care about it for the, the sanctity of marriage part.
Sure.
But she can have whatever she wants. I just want all of our friends to be there and for it to be a good time.
Yeah.
You can take care of all the details.
Sure, and that's kind of the way that I
Open
went
bar,
into
that's
it.
my
like,
only thing I need.
Well, like things like flowers and like,
Decorations.
Yeah, other stuff like that. Like, I mean, she runs everything by me, but pretty much it's like, hey, babe, look at this. And I'm like, oh, that looks good. Let's do that. Like, I'm not going to be one that's going to be like, well, we have to have these type of flowers. We have to have this. We have to have that.
I
like,
agree.
I mean, to me, as you said, it's our day, but at the same time, it's like, it's something that I feel like she's probably looked more forward to than me.
I agree.
And we've had this discussion and it's been that she said that, she just enjoys planning. And I'm not one that's like, let's plan a lot. I enjoy planning like, hey, where are we going to go eat Saturday night? Like, to me, that's a big deal. But like to her, like this is a big deal, and it's something that she's really excited about. And I'm happy for her.
Yeah.
To get to plan it, and as I said, like, I mean, just give me a tux and tell me where the food is going to be, and I'll prepare a vow, and hey, we'll be good to go.
All right. What's your first question for me, John?
First question for you. How has life changed for you financially since being single?
Well, it has and it hasn't. So, my parents raised me, when you're on a date with a girl, there's two things she never touches. It's the door and the check. You open her car door, you open the door for whatever building you walk into, and not even necessarily on a date. If I take a female friend, just a casual friend that I have, or my sister or a relative or whoever, if they're a female, unless if they're, it's a professional thing, like my boss or something, I'm to pick up the tab. That's just what you do when you're out with a lady. And so during my relationship that I was in, I paid for damn near everything, and it was rather expensive. The girl I was dating had some caviar taste, and I didn't have a caviar budget, so it was a little rough. However, My biggest change when I became single financially was just kind of reallocating that money. I was like, I can gamble more now. So and that was my biggest discovery. I remember I talked to a friend and I was like, I just don't know what I'm going to do with all this free time now. And he said, you're going to figure out what you want to do. And it turned out, I mean, I became single like right when football season got underway, and it was a perfect time because it's like, all I want to do is sit down and watch football all day. And I didn't have to go to Target. I didn't have to, go to sorority events or something. It was literally just, putting all of my energy on things that were simple, and it gave me more money, and it allowed me to budget a little better too, I guess.
See, for me, I lived that life like of just football and just like being able to being able to do that. And like, that's the thing is because I lived it, like it got old, and like now it's crazy, but like going to Target, like I look forward to doing that.
And I will look forward to that again, I'm sure. And I didn't hate it when it was happening.
And for people that aren't in relationships, like going to Target is not like we're going to go and buy a bunch of stuff.
It's
like
an hour and a half adventure.
Sometimes it's just like, let's just go to Target.
Yeah.
Like in a relationship, like you literally just do things.
See, I didn't enjoy. So like, and like I said, I wasn't really that miserable in anything in like the relationship that I just got out of. Like I didn't mind doing the Target stuff or really anything. And like I did still get to watch a lot of sports, but it used to have to be like, all right, we'll go to Olive Garden to watch the NFL game. That way you can have your endless breadsticks. It ended up costing me more. Yeah, it was never really we had to go somewhere to watch the game. That way, like she would get her, like a drink or something, and like have something to occupy her time. Where now it's just like I can sit around and do nothing all day.
Did she like any sports?
She loved the Cavs. So like she liked the Indians. It's just like, she didn't really care about regular season stuff.
Okay.
Where me, it's like she's like, why do you care about this Akron versus UMass college football game at noon? And I can't just be like, because I have my rent on it. Okay.
See, even I don't understand that because I'm not that way.
And it just allowed me to gamble more, I guess, is my financial reasoning.
Okay. Next question.
Okay. So how do you go about choosing your bachelor party? Like the guys who are going to be up there with you, or no, yeah, what is it called? Is it the bachelor party?
It's my groomsman.
Groomsman, that's it.
Here you go.
And the bachelor party. How do you go about doing all of that?
So in terms of the groomsman,
yes.
it was actually pretty simple for me. It was basically my closest friend from college, which was my one roommate, Jordan, who's now on Broadway. Just want to throw that shameless plug in there.
Yeah.
My brother was going to be my best man, regardless.
Okay.
I have two buddies from high school that I'm still really tight with, Brian and Luke. That leaves me at 4. Allie's brother, Phil, had to be a part of it.
Do you have to keep an even number with her bridesmaids?
Yeah, we synced it up so it's the same number.
Okay, well, I was going to say, does she tell you, like, yo, you're getting 8? Or were you both like...
No, we both just kind of like decided on like 7.
7 is a fair number.
So then I also had Derek, who did streams games with me here a lot, and he and I are good buddies. And then lastly was Connor, who was another high school buddy that I'm really tight with still.
Yeah.
So it's like, somebody that I grew up with, somebody that I went to college with. And then in terms of like everything else, it was pretty much just, the crew that I like hang out with the most. Mm-hmm. So in terms of the bachelor party, it's normally the best man's honor to do that, which is my brother. But in this case, because he's in Houston, it was like, he was like, well, I don't think I can really like plan that adequately from, 12 hours, 13, 14 hours away. So I went to my buddy Luke, and he planned it with Chris, and they together came up with what the plan was. We watched the Ohio State-Michigan game. Okay. We played beer pong and stuff. And
where'd you have it at?
At actually my buddy's house.
Okay.
So it was like fun. Like we had like pizza and like played beer pong and like, did the stuff that like you would do. Then we played some football outside, which like I quickly realized how out of shape I am.
Yeah.
We went to have a good steak. We smoked cigars, and we stayed up late and watched meaningless college football and played cards. And, it was a good time.
With the fellas.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't like, I'm not one that's going to be like, yo, let's go to the strip club. Like, that's just not me.
Yeah.
Like, that's never going to be me. So, yeah, that's how the bachelor party went about.
That's fun.
So, next question for you.
Yes.
I know that you have probably used dating apps now.
I have.
Is there one that you like opposed to the others, and why, if that's the case?
I like them for different reasons. I have 3. I have Bumble, I have Hinge, and I have Tinder. Tinder was what I used in college, and so I was most familiar with that. And I'd say, I mean, I get the most matches on Tinder. However, I don't know. Tinder to me is more entertainment than anything else. I have sometimes when I'm bored, I'll set my preference age to like 65. And you see some weird people on Tinder, man. Couples who are looking for a third. I always swipe right for that. I just want to, and not out of interest. Like I couldn't do that, but just out of like, I just want to have a genuine curiosity. Like,
why are you doing this?
Who are these people? And are people selling feet pics? I have encountered a couple of those. It's just a black screen, and it says like on a Snapchat like text like like I sell feet pics. Swipe right if you're interested. Serious inquiries only. And I'm like, I'm not interested in feet pics, but I want to know what.
Like, who are you and why are you?
Well, no, I mean, I had thought about creating my own foot pics thing and pretending to be a girl. It sounds like an easy way to make cash if we're being honest with each other. But yeah, Bumble's a good one.
No, you have a nice side hustle. Where do you get that money from?
Yeah, exactly. Right. My toes are horrible though. They broke like 4 of them playing football.
Got that bunion for days.
One toenail's dead flat because a 360-pound lineman stepped on it my freshman year. It looks like hardwood basketball floor.
It's like the dead spot at the old Boston Garden.
It is. It's like Red Auerbach put my toe.
He was
right
like, Noah,
right on the elbow.
We bestow this to you.
But Hinge is probably the best if you're actually looking to meet someone, which I don't even know if I necessarily am. Now that football is done, I'm just looking for people to go on dates with and, spend a Friday night with at a movie or a dinner or something, get some drinks, have some conversation, which it's been successful. I've met people and then Bumble's one where the girl that you match with, the girl can only message you first.
Wow.
So if you're looking to meet some confident women, you go to Bumble. And I've had some matches with all 3. Hinge has probably been my most successful one, though. And I don't necessarily have a preference. Tinder's by far the most entertaining, though. That's where I could be a little goofy. I'm more serious and buttoned up on Hinge.
Get those foot pics out there. One more question for both of us.
Okay, John. So, your wedding. A, are you going to be nervous? And B, I always wanted to know where's the line for because it's such a big family thing too, and you're a family guy. Where's the line at your wedding for you for self-enjoyment, like having a good time, you and Allie, and making sure everyone else is having a good time? Where do you draw that line?
Okay, so to answer your first part of the question of nerves,
yes.
I am nervous about it.
What are you nervous about?
Not the getting married thing,
yeah,
but like nervous about things going right.
You want it to be a good day.
Yeah,
a great day for Allie.
I want everything to work out for both of us and for it to be a day that's very memorable, which everyone tells me it's going to be that way. Mm-hmm. But like I also want it to be like one of those days that I'm like, damn, that was a great day.
Yeah. One of the best days of your life.
Yeah, honestly.
Not many days you wake up knowing that like this is going to be one of the best days of your life.
Like I am honestly like I have these moments in my day like where I'll sit there and I'll think like that's actually going to be a thing that's going to happen. Mm-hmm. And like it's kind of like a surreal moment like where I'm like, I've thought about it a lot, but I'm like
holy cow, it's here.
Yeah, and then, I think it's less than like 90 days away now. So it's getting close.
I'm RSVP'd, baby.
Yeah, you are.
Give me the fish.
You even got the meal that you want, that cod.
That lemon cod, boy.
So, not many people know about the menu yet.
Oh yeah. Inside scoop. First reported, no
Hiles. You know it. Sorry. So I'm nervous about that. I'm also nervous about writing my vows and making them the right things that I want to say like at that moment, because like it's something that I am gonna think about. Like,
do you feel any pressure writing vows, knowing that like you're someone who makes a living from your words and your creativity?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I do in that sense, because I also want it to be something that that is gonna be on a personal level for us. Plus, I'm also nervous about and I don't know, I'm just this type of person that I think it's because I am in radio. I'm nervous about the way that like people hear what I say. You know, like I take into account like almost everything I say. You know, so it's like that's gonna actually be like it's gonna be a big thing for me to just be like, this is a moment for us. And it's also kind of strange to me that you give those vows
in front of people.
Yeah, and everybody hears them.
Yeah.
Like, to me, it would be better if like
it's
you
the
had.
most important Instagram caption of your life, Sean.
It is, but it's like it's a big deal.
All right. So the original question, though, the balancing your the amount of fun you have, because I've been to some weddings where people, like bride and groom, they didn't dance, they didn't sit down, they hardly ate. They were too busy thanking everyone and saying hello and taking pictures with people. Where I've been to other weddings where people just did not give a damn about. And I kind of lean towards that strategy more. Like, this is your day. You know? Like, if you want to talk to me on the dance floor.
I think you make it like a 50-50.
Yeah.
So you find time where you go and you thank everybody for coming. You make that a huge portion of it. But then at the same time, once it's like, you know, we're here to have fun, like drink and be merry, like go do that.
Yeah.
You know, and obviously the other thing I view is that like once you're on the dance floor, once you're like kind of lounging around at your wedding, like shoot, like do whatever you want to.
After the cake is cut and food's been served and everything, once the music starts playing, it's a party.
Yeah, just do what you want to.
Yeah.
I mean, like seriously, because it's like people are going to come and like seek you out. Like if they want to talk to you, like they're going to talk to you.
Yeah.
Like, that's the way I've always been at a wedding. Like, I just went to a wedding for another college buddy about a month ago, and, you know, he didn't, like, actively seek me out, but, like, I went and I talked to him, and I was like, congratulations, and, like, you know, happy that you invited us, and, like, you know, just enjoy life.
Yeah.
You know, so, I mean, my feeling is that, like, if people want to do that, if they want to walk up to me, and, you know, if you're there and the Cavs or Browns make a big deal that day or something, like, I don't know about it, because, like, I'm going to, like, turn myself off.
I'm not going to do that on your wedding
like
day.
No, but like come and tell me. Like I mean, I'm just telling you. Like I mean,
that's not going to be my opening line.
But if like people want to like walk up to me and be like, "Hey, like I got something I need to tell you," like I'm going to be like, "Yeah."
I'm not going to be like, "You see the extended drumming?"
I'll be like, I mean, if that happened though, I would be like, "This is the best day." I mean,
Allie, get over here,
Andre Drummond. You know, people were going to be like,
front court, baby.
People were going to be like, "What's his problem?" Like.
Turning back the dial.
They have a front court and an arrow where the 3 manages the game.
Yeah.
Last question for you, and this is kind of a biggie for you.
Okay.
Do you plan to stay single?
Oh boy, I don't know, man. I mean, I can be honest. Like, for now, yeah. I'm not looking for anything. And like I get asked. I've been asked this by a couple of members of the opposite sex. What my intentions are and everything, and you know, I'm not someone who's like a huge player or whatever, but at the same time, I'm not trying to narrow down the field to one school right now. I'm not ready to commit to anything, and because I mean, I was in a long relationship, and I come to the realization that decision to end it was the best for both parties and everything, but at the same time, I mean, I just entered this phase of life, and I want to enjoy it for a little bit. You know, the last time I was single, I couldn't legally drink in a bar. You know, I wasn't half of the person who I am today. Like, professionally and everything else. Like, I've changed so much in appearance and in the way I think, the way I act. And, you know, I kind of want to figure out a little bit more about single Noah. I hope to not be that guy. You know, some people like being single and plan on being single forever. I hope to not be that guy. But I mean, I'm just kind of taking it with the flow right now. I mean, I've never been one to pass up the right situation when it presents itself. I mean, using that for here, I didn't plan on moving out of Pittsburgh anytime soon, but the right situation presented itself, and I jumped on top of it. And now I'm working here at WHBC. Same thing can be said for personal matters in life as well. So
that's...
if the right person comes along, absolutely. Am I necessarily looking for the right person? Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. I'm looking to meet people, and we'll see how things go.
So continuing the decision here, what was the decision that you woke up with this morning? All LeBron James. What was the decision?
Yeah, I'm keeping my talents on Tinder.